And I'm going to talk, whether you talk or you don't talk, but that's what I'm asking to do. After I talk a while, we're going to have a powwow, a mini powwow. And first of all, I want to tell you that I feel this is a special occasion. That's why I'm wearing a shirt that is so stiff and pressed. I sent it out to the cleaners because this is truly a special occasion. I wanted to first of all speak of RG here that many of you refer to as Coach. We've been friends a very long time. And I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but RG used to travel more than now, everywhere, all over Indian country, Canada, and we've been on trips together. But wherever RG Harris would go, you could always bet that he came home back to his people, and everyone felt very good about what RG had to tell the world, and especially how he danced. He's won championships everywhere. Great big prize money, big trophies, and all. I just want RG to stand. I don't want to embarrass him. RG, stand up. Let's get a round of applause. I didn't want to embarrass him. I'm a former student of Riverside. I went to school here 10 years. Come rain or come shine, I hated it. But I grew to like it. And I come back to Riverside on occasions just to see what's going on. I travel a lot. I go everywhere to MC and not just powwows, but I MC other Indian events. And I think the greatest thing that I do, excuse me for bragging, is I MC the Gathering of Nations every year, the biggest powwow in the world. And if you haven't been there, don't go, because there's already too many people there. It's like a can of worms, and I'm only kidding you. Please come to the Gathering of Nations. You'll never, ever forget it. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people that go through there. I want to tell you a story, real fast, about this poor, pitiful coyote that was laying beside this trail. And he was pitiful. He had runny eyes, he had scabs all over him, he had sores, and he was truly pitiful. And he was about to die. And he knew he had to do something, so he looked around, this poor pitiful coyote laying beside this trail, and he saw a beautiful buffalo standing beside the trail. And so this poor pitiful coyote said, "Grandfather, please help me. Please help me, I am pitiful. And I need some help from someone. Help me, grandfather." So the big, beautiful buffalo told the poor, pitiful coyote, "Well, you know, I can't help you like that. We have to talk about it. We have to meditate. We have to pray and make sure everything is good and all right before I can do anything for you." So the big, magnificent buffalo prayed and meditated, and finally, he said, "Okay, I'll help you." He told the poor, pitiful coyote, "Go over there at the foot of that mountain and put your hands over your eyes and sit down and wait for me. That's all you have to do, is sit down, put your hands over your eyes, and wait for me." So the poor, pitiful coyote went over there at the foot of that mountain, And the buffalo reared back and threw up some dirt and dust and took off running toward that poor pitiful coyote. And the poor pitiful coyote took his hands away from his eye, like that. And the magnificent buffalo was very upset. He got close to the poor pitiful coyote, and the buffalo ran on around the mountain and came back and chewed that poor pitiful coyote out. He said, I gave you these instructions to follow. So simple, and you cannot do that. So the poor pitiful coyote was a kind of, wimpy, weasel kind of no good little person. He said, I'm sorry. I'll do what you tell me, because I'm pitiful. So the poor pitiful coyote sat back down. And the magnificent buffalo did it again. Took off running and pow! Hit that poor pitiful coyote right between the eyes. And when the dust settled, there were two beautiful buffaloes standing there. Well, many days later, there was another poor pitiful coyote laying beside the trail, and he was about to die. He was pitiful also. So he looked around and saw a beautiful buffalo standing beside the trail. And right away he said, Grandfather, help me. I'm pitiful. So without even thinking, the magnificent buffalo said, sure, I'll help you. Little did the poor pitiful coyote realize that this magnificent buffalo used to be that first poor pitiful coyote. Get the picture? Was now a buffalo. So that's why he didn't even think. He said, yeah, I'll help you. You go over there and sit down and I'll fix you up. And sure enough, the poor pitiful coyote went over and sat down beside the mountain, in front of the mountain. And this magnificent buffalo that used to be that poor pitiful coyote, without even thinking, he took off running as fast as he could, and pow! He hit that poor pitiful coyote right between the eyes. And when the dust settled, there were two poor pitiful coyotes. The moral of the story is, before you take on a job, any kind of job, whether it's a big job or a little job, think about it, pray about it, meditate about it, make sure and be sure that you know what's going on, and everything will be okay. And that's the end of that story. Thank you. Great story. We don't have much time, and I wanted all of you to know that throughout Indian country, the United States, there are Indian celebrations going on everywhere, every weekend. This weekend I emceed a dance at OU, good dance, the smart people, Oklahoma University. And the most outstanding thing happened there. They had owl dance contest, like a two-step, when two people are together and they follow each other, like back this way. Only owl dance, you're on your own. The couple dance together, go anywhere they want to, and dance. And it's beautiful. Well, anyway, they had an owl dance contest. And everybody you might know, like how probably you might be, they were ashamed to get up. So the head lady dancer looked at me. She was sitting over here. I said, yeah. I was motioning to her to get up. So she got up by herself, no partner. And she started in, all by herself, dancing this way. And she raised her arm like this, and she went around this way, kept dancing all by herself. The audience was looking at each other, thinking, God, what is she doing? But she was dancing by herself because no one would dance with her. And all of a sudden, the head man dancer, way across the arena, he started out toward her. She was still dancing, you know, she'd raise her arm. And he kept time and he danced and came to her and they connected. And then they finished the dance together, dancing together. But they didn't win. I was hoping they would win. But it was a good dancer at OU. And then the next day, I emceed over here in Anadarko. And Riverside was represented. Had a good dance. It was a Comanche Nation outreach program. They were trying to raise money for Christmas gifts for children around Christmas time. I'm going to call RG to come here and talk to us a little bit. But that's the deal.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, I'm glad to be here. Mr. Knoll asked me to speak for a little while here while the dancers are getting ready. Dancers, 15 minutes, grand entry. While ago, I was listening on the radio, and they were saying, so needs to get in the door and get their outfit. Can somebody get over there? Someone's got to go in 15, 20 minutes. Boy, it got me all nervous going back when I used to Pow Wow. I'll start getting nervous. I was going to get ready for grand entry and dance. But I'd like to speak to you here for about 15 minutes before we get started. We'll start with our mini Pow Wow at 10 a.m. And I'd like to thank my uncle here, Mr. Sammy White. And we're very fortunate. You guys don't realize how fortunate we are to have Sammy here in our community. He MCs a lot of huge powwows, a lot of huge celebrations all over the United States. So we're very lucky to have him here today. So one more time, a round of applause for Mr. White. I just like to hear the MC powwows. I looked up to him, you know, and as a dancer, you know, you travel around, you dance all over the place, and you start getting old, and then you become arena director. You know, and after you get even older than that, and you become an MC. So that's where I'm at now. You know, I used to travel all over the United States and Canada and powwow here and there. And now my legs are getting old, and now I start arena directing, and my knees are hurting now as a arena director. So now I'm looking up to him as an MC. So hopefully I'll be doing that next. I used to love to hear him say, "You're champion RG." I didn't say that too many times. Hey, I'd like to talk to you guys real quick about some things here. And first of all, be proud of where you come from. Be proud of who you are. And, continue your language, continue your culture, continue your dancing. Because this is one of the things that I used as I went all over the place and traveled around. And through the gift that the Creator gave me to dance, I got to go to many different places and meet many different people. And that's what my elders told me, is to be thankful for a lot of things that you have. So one of the gifts that was given to me was this ability to dance. So I used that and went all over the place. And so hang on to what you have. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of where you come from. Because you come from beautiful nations. But when we all come together, here at Riverside, we have it's a very beautiful situation, I think. There's all different tribes that come here. We're not just one school with one tribe. We're a school here with many different tribes. So we get to learn about each other. We get to learn each other's language and learn how to tease each other in each other's language and learn each other's dances. So be proud of who you are, but learn to get along with one another also. So one quick story. As I came out of high school, I wanted to be a basketball coach and a teacher. And the way things went, I got hurt in college in basketball. Started traveling around dancing at powwows. Started a family. Couldn't go back to school. But sometimes the trail that you want to take, that you think you're going to take right out of the high school is not the trail sometimes maybe the Creator put you on. It took me over 20 years to get right back to where I'm at right now. This is where I wanted to be, was in the area of education. But the way my trails took me, I had to go all over the place. I finally came back, so I feel very lucky to be here with you people here. And I enjoy being around young kids. I enjoy being around the basketball gym here. Enjoy being around the Indian Club. So with that, Mr. Noel would like to have a segment today to show the school here what we do. Last week we were in Oklahoma City at the state capitol performing. So we'd like to have a mini powwow for you here today. And Mr. White and myself will be introducing the dancers. We have different categories coming out, dancing, doing exhibition dancing. So just sit back and enjoy yourself, or we can go back to class. No? Okay, we'll stay here. But just like to say that, and just like to welcome once again Mr. White. So we'll turn the microphone back over here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. For the powwow to begin, we're going to have our grand entry. I think I enjoy the grand entry more than any other part of the powwow. Hey, I see a dollar. Oh, Mr. K. You can always tell old people after powwows, they're always walking around where everybody has left the powwow grounds and they're looking down like this and walking. Because they're always looking for money, and a lot of times you find a lot of money when the crowd leaves. We're going to have our grand entry. The drum is set up somewhere, and we'll have a good time here. It'll be a short time, but it'll give you all a good idea of how maybe we do things here in Oklahoma. I don't think I mentioned that I've gone to 4 Indian schools. I went here to Riverside. I went to Fort Sill. It's closed now. And then I went to Haskell up in Lawrence, Kansas. And then from there I went to Chilocco. And I know many of your parents, aunts and uncles have gone to these schools. They were good schools. And I don't know what I would have done if there had not been Indian schools, because I had nowhere to go. And I appreciate all of the Indian schools today. I visited many of them, talking to people and letting them know that everything is fine and that you're in good hands, because Riverside is like any other school of this kind. They have a set of rules, and if you obey these rules, you'll be okay. And if you don't, you sure get in trouble. That's a sensible set of rules there in itself. So remember that. You can make it however you want to make it. Nothing more beautiful than ladies dressed up in their regalia. Let's give them a big round of applause. Singers, if you come out, get up your way.
Yeah, face it back this way.
No, you face it this way.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as we bring the colors into the arena here at the Riverside Indian School Mini Pow Wow, Monday, November 11th, but November 20th, 06. Grand entry. Please remain standing as we have our invocation. The committee has asked Rusty Joaquin, a proud alumni, to pray for us. I'd like to say one thing before I say this prayer to all of you kids, students. I want to tell you that life can be good. You can make it bad. But I want to say to you that we went to school here, but I was standing out both. And I want to just say to you, be proud of who you are, proud you are. I know there's a lot of pride here, but what I want to say to you, let's show the world that as Indians, we can do things in our way that will be good for our country. Just be glad that we don't have war over here. It's no good. But this is my wish for you this morning, that you go from Riverside and that you make something out of yourself. Be proud of who you are, and may God bless you this morning. So Heavenly Father, this morning we look up to you and say thanks for this day that you give us to live once again. We say thanks for all the blessings. We say thanks for Riverside Leading School. I said to be the teachers of the faculty, dear Lord, that they can teach us to do something good, that when they go away from here, that they can be proud of what they know, dear Lord. Give all of us this day, as we come together in our little celebration, we say thanks for the blessings, and that we can go and do what we want to do. But let us do good in your sight, dear Lord, in a good way. We're thankful for the people that we are, dear Lord, our tribe. Bless us to be them this day. And thank you for each one that is here today. And we'll say, may we just go on and do the right thing in your sight. God bless each one of us. God bless all of the schools, this whole ground, dear Lord, in a good way. We thank you for all the kids that go through here. Just be with them when they leave from here, Heavenly Father. Bless these actions in a good way, dear Lord, as they represent each tribe. Our Savior, Heavenly Father. Most of all, we say bless all these kids that are here today. And just be with us now as we go on to those programs. We say thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. Commemorate and recognize some of our native culture that you see out in the arena. We have over 75 tribes here at Riverside. And not all of our tribes take part in the Pow Wow tradition that you see in the arena. The tribes from the Plains area of the central United States, all of our tribes here recognize our warriors and our veterans and our chiefs, all the people that fought for our tribes throughout the years, for several hundred years. This is the way we celebrate and honor those warriors and veterans with what we call nowadays Pow Wow. So the songs you hear today will be sung in honor of our veterans and warriors. We'll be performing other social dances also. So again, I want to wish everyone a very commemorable Native American month of November. Indian Club has been very active this month, performing at other schools and offices and other places around the state as well as out of state, portraying our Indian culture and trying to establish some positive communication. Thank you. Black song. We all got to come together and dance around it. Folks, all the tribes around it. Still have time to come down. Dance with us. Good singing.
thank you very much. We're giving our seniors a break here at this time, and I'd like to show them that we'll be going into four of their tribals here shortly. Give our dancers a break, our seniors a break. I'd like to thank the students and the faculty for coming out and round dancing with us this morning. And this is a dance for our mini pow for the school here today. So thank you so many teachers and students for coming out and dancing. And I didn't know that some of our teachers had good rhythm like that. That's pretty good dancing. Anyway, we're going to read something here. I don't read very good, so I'm not doing good. You know, dancing dancers don't hard to read very good. So if you put it on tape, or you put it on video, I'll learn that reading, I have a hard time reading. I should do that inside reading program. But we'd like to welcome visitors that are here also. We have some Philippine dancers here that just Sammy Tokya, White's going to be introducing here. So we just like to say to the staff and the students once again, for asking to work this out this morning. Mini Pow Wow here. So at this time, we have some Philippine dancers out there.
I'd like to announce that we have staff members and some parents here participating this morning. If you are a visitor, I'd like to have you come out. I'd like to introduce our visiting dancers, Mr. Kozak. If you step out, Mr. Louis Kozak. And that's the husband of Mrs. Kozak. I'd like to introduce Lord Swift. He is the mother of Daisy Swift. Lord Swift. She's getting somebody ready, I believe, back there. We have some more staff members participating. Mrs. Swift. Her daughter is Daisy Swift, our princess. Thank you for taking part. Jason Lightfoot, step out here, please. Who's also on our staff here at Riverside. Mr. Peter Shea, you step out here. Mr. Shea. Colleague Judith Hunter, you step out. I'd like to announce Anna Pilo, Elementary Department. We have some more staff members participating. Karen Hokie, would you step out and wave Ms. Hokie? Sandra Pate, Ms. Hokie. Leave anyone out. Ms. Kozak, Science Department. Mrs. Kozak. We've had some more staff members say to participate today, but they could not come out due to various circumstances. At our drum today, I'd like to introduce we have some visitors that come to help us today. Mr. Kenneth Kozak. Mr. Bill Ware, Mr. Rusty Wakini, and our teacher, Mr. Terry Ware. Also, Mr. Masuda. And Daniel Kozak Jr. He's alumni of Riverside. Lots of alumni participating today as well as staff members. We have some little people here with us. I want to introduce them. They're going to steal the show a little bit. I'd like for Brayden Jones to step out. Brayden Jones. Jeffrey Lightfoot. Jeffrey Lightfoot, come on out. And my granddaughter, Lily Painter. Monica Sadongi. Another fancy dancer, Dalton Otto. Thank you.
The Plains Region cultural dance originating from the horseback buffalo tribes of central USA. We performed this dance to honor the warriors and chiefs as they acted out their war exploits and experiences while dancing to their tribal song. Many of the songs, as you will see, contain words about the warriors as well as our modern day veterans. Singers! Intertribal!
before we go into our exhibition dances of our men's and women's categories and styles, Pastor Delia